How would you define the word barrier? Barrier, what does it mean? A barrier, the dictionary defined barriers. Things that obstruct, something that obstructs or separate, often by emphasizing difference. So it's something that obstructs or separate the client from buying. Okay? This is the client. Okay? This is the product that can help him. And he has here in the middle huge barrier. He has barriers. Barriers in relationship to the salesman, in relationship to the product, in relationship to himself. Your job is to find those products, those barriers, and to remove them. Because when those products will be removed, what will happen is something very fascinating. It's called affinity. It's an automatic match. He will just want and he will just take it, regardless of any price difference, regardless of anything. Do you see the idea? You remove the barrier and you create affinity. Affinity is a condition of no barriers. Does it make sense to you? I'll tell you something about barriers. All barriers are just perceived barriers. I'm going to show you how to remove them. But you need to understand, all barriers, price, time, physical condition, everything is just perceived. It's been manufactured. Your job is to remove those barriers. It is unbelievable that it's all something that just invented. It's not real. So if I ask the prospect what is his barriers to sell, I can assume that it's really not the true barrier. If it's the solution is not there, if he didn't buy, it's not the true barriers. Because once you find the truth about something, it goes away, it disappears. What we need to understand right now, that all those barriers are just a considerations. They're not real. You can remove them. If you think something is difficult, it's difficult only as long as you think it's difficult. If you think something is beautiful or someone is beautiful, he's beautiful only you put it there. It's just a consideration. You can change it by a decision alone. Price, time, anything is just a consideration. And your job is to find the barrier and to remove it. Now, what you cannot do, you cannot remove barriers that you don't see. So if you don't know what the barrier, if you don't know what is these barriers, how can you remove them? You have to find the barriers. You have to find the barriers. So a barrier is something that obstructs or separates, okay? Often emphasizing differences. Structure blocking access. A structure, for example, a fence intended to prevent access or keep one place separate from another. This is the purpose of this barrier, is to keep prospect away from the cure. It's also keeping away the client, the salesman. The salesman is also being kept away by the barrier. So this barrier is something that's really destructive to the prospect, but he holds it like you smoking, or like you eating too much, or like you being not nice. Anything that you do that is not optimal, you do. It's a barrier for you and it keeps you away from what you want. The job of the salesman is to recognize what is the true barrier and to move it. Do you understand? Okay. Barrier, limits or standard. Something considered to be a limit, standard or boundary. There are all kinds of barriers that a person has. Now the actual definition, this is the dictionary definition, the actual definition, a consideration by the spirit, separating the spirit from achieving anything it wants. This is your body, okay? And this is the spirit. Two different things, yes? Makes sense? Now, the spirit puts out all kinds of considerations. All considerations, without exceptions, are barriers. Why? Because the spirit can do anything. The spirit is unlimited. Okay? Everyone with me or not? Everyone with me that the spirit is all-knowing, everything is possible. How do you take something that is so powerful and you limit it? You put barriers. What those barriers? Consideration. This is beautiful, this is ugly, this is big, this is small. This is yes, this is not. This is possible, this is impossible. This is all limitation that you put in. You do that by consideration. The purpose of putting barriers is consideration. The process of putting barriers, the decision of putting barriers, when you put a barrier, which means you postulate, you put something there, you put something out of nothing and let it continue, you lie and you say it's not under your control, that becomes a barrier. Didn't you say that the Spirit creates the consideration? Yes, the Spirit creates the consideration and leave it there, but the moment that you leave it uncontrolled, it becomes continuous. Okay, so how do you make something to continue? How do you cause something to continue? How do you make something to continue? The way to make something continue is to put it on automatic, which mean, okay, so I'll just repeat this thing quickly. So let's say that this is the beginning of time, okay? Everyone with me? Beginning of time, and time goes to that way, that direction. Everyone is here with me? You know that drawing that I've done before. So this is time for you. Now, if this is the beginning of time, let's say this is the beginning of time. This is a theoretical moment that is the beginning of time, okay? So before that beginning, what does it mean beginning of time? Beginning of the physical universe. Before that beginning, there was no physical universe. Yes, no physical universe. And after that beginning, there is a physical universe. It means that everything that has been, that is in the physical universe that continue, everything that continue is something that someone, and you can call it a creator, you can call it God, you can call it yourself, you can call it the Spirit. I don't care what is it at the moment, but someone which is a nothingness, because somethingness is only here. Physical universe is something. The physical universe is composed of some things, and the spiritual universe is composed of nothing. Which means the nothing bring about something is the action of the Spirit. From nothing to something. Are you with me? Now, when you bring it about, it's momentarily. You create it and you just create something and there's no continuation. But in order to let it continue, you have to drop your responsibility. You stop the creation. You put it on automatic. You put a plus, okay? And you say, you know what? There is something that's called the minus. This is the first two particles in this universe, but I'm putting only the plus. The minus is not me. It's an automatic reaction. For every plus, there's minus. It's an automatic reaction. At that moment, you created continuation. Are you with me? Are you following? Okay, so you put a plus and you put an automatic reaction that for every plus in this universe, there will be a minus. This is the postulate. This is the decision. You say, I'll put something there, but for everything I do, for every force I put, I punch someone, there will be a counter punch. I explode something, there will be a counter explosion. For every force, there is counter force in this universe. For every action, there is counter action. Okay? So considerations, a consideration by the Spirit, separating the Spirit from achieving anything it wants. Why? Because the more you put there things, the more you believe the physical universe is the boss, the more you believe the physical universe is the boss, what do you actually say? You say you losing your power of to bring about something out of nothing. Why does the Spirit make consideration? To have a game. Because if you have here something that can do anything, let's say I take a pianist, okay? And he is the best pianist in the world. Best. At one point, he is the highest speed, highest beauty, highest everything. At one speed, he will start to play the same thing with one hand because it will be boring to play it with two hands. And after he will be able to play it with one hand, he will start playing it with his eyes or with his toenails, with his toes. And after that will be easy for him. If he will not find a new challenge, he will stop playing. And this is someone that can only play piano. Imagine you have here the Spirit that can do anything. It needs a game. The game is to put barriers. Okay? So a consideration by the Spirit, separating the Spirit from achieving anything he wants. So any barrier can be removed easily, because in order for you to have the barrier, you actually need to create it. What do I mean? You put it there. Yes, you put it there. And the physical universe put a counterforce. So we have force counterforce. But for it to continue, your power of I put it there is still there. I put it there. And the moment that you remove your side of I put it there, the moment that you stop pushing, this thing will go away. So a consideration is a consideration as long as you keep on holding it in place, which means that if you want to change a person's consideration about money, success, power, love, anything, you just need to convince him that he needs to stop the automatic creation of the barrier. Are you with me so far?